Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Dex,
I'm Mike.
and today we're going to do a review for Luke Cage Episode 3, Who's Gonna Take the Weight? So, after the first two episodes, we get, kind of like an idea of who the characters are. And now this is the episode where Luke Cage is going to basically just go apeshit on Harlem. And he's going to take out Cottonmouth because he feels like he is responsible. And he is responsible for the death of, Pops. And we see a huge action scene in this movie, which I think we should start off with first. Where basically Luke Cage just rips a door off of, I guess, like a sedan. And then he just walks into this building with the door, and all these people are shooting at him, and nobody can kill him, and he just like throws the door, and then he runs up, and he sees all this money, and then we're just like, he only takes one bag out of like 47 bags of probably about, I don't know, like $500,000 a piece.
Yeah. That was a good action sequence. Of course, that was like the trailer action sequence to sell the series. I thought it was good, and I really liked how you can see how Luke Cage doesn't need any guns or weapons to take out an army of men, which is kind of cool.
Right.
He does. All he needs is his fists, and that's it. He doesn't need anything else.
Car doors. He needs car doors.
Yeah.
He needs car doors.
But it's like he used it to shield the bullets, but he really didn't need the car door because he's impervious to bullets.
Right.
So it's just like,
and there's also something funny that we kind of noticed, and maybe you guys noticed it too. After he ends up getting shot, he goes back to the barber shop with the duffel bag, and his sweatshirt has all these bullet holes in it, and he takes his sweatshirt off, and then he comes back into the barber shop with the shirt underneath. And there's no bullet holes in that shirt.
Yeah, I guess that was a mess up on the
I don't know,
wardrobe department or the set director, somebody.
Did he take his shirt off, or are we like reading that wrong?
Well, maybe he went in the back and changed the shirt real quick too.
I don't know, but I'm just wondering. I don't know. I didn't know he had like a whole closet and stuff full of like t-shirts and stuff like that.
But I did like how Luke Cage systematically took down Cottonmouth by hitting all his stash houses. I thought that was, like a slow build up to taking them down.
Yeah.
I also liked how Cottonmouth reacted to finding out that it was Luke Cage that took down his stash house. Like, did he not go hardcore or what?
Yeah, I think he went a little bit like overboard. He just pulled out like a rocket launcher. It's like, where do you get a rocket launcher?
He took out a whole building. It's like he didn't care who was in this building, what was going on. He saw Luke Cage. I'm just gonna take him out.
And he did it himself. He didn't even pay anybody. He's like, I'm gonna go do it myself.
So it's just like, damn, he is hardcore.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing we also notice as well is there's a lot of tension with Cottonmouth and all the other characters in the show. Obviously, there's tension with him and Luke Cage over the death of Pops, and also Luke Cage knows that Cottonmouth is dirty. And Cottonmouth knows that Luke Cage knows that he's dirty. But there's tension with him, there's tension with his cousin, Black Mariah, there's tension with the other, rival gangs. And it also just seemed like there's tension with him. Like he tries to play it off like it's no big deal, but it seems like he's kind of losing it. And then, of course, in the end, he pulls out a rocket launcher, which maybe, I don't know, kind of signifies that maybe he is losing it.
Yeah. And I also like Black Mariah in this episode, how she is still trying to do good, but using underhanded methods in order to do good. It seems like that she's trying to be like her grandmother who did dirty tactics to get what she wanted in the political world also. And I also like how you can kind of foresee the foreshadowing of what's to come between Luke Cage and Black Mariah, because we all know that Black Mariah is one of Luke Cage's arch nemesis in the comics. So you can kind of see a foreshadow of what's coming between him and Black Mariah later on.
Now, if you saw the first episode, I told you that the cop Scarf, I was kind of keeping my eye on him. And then in the second episode, I just said this guy's too corny. But in the third episode, he did not let me down. So we find out that Chico decides he calls the police, and then he says he wants to basically spill the beans on everything.
Mhm.
So I guess Chico, maybe not aware of how law enforcement works, gets drawn out with Scarf to, I guess, like in the middle of nowhere. They're like underneath some bridge, and there's like a little shop in the background. And Scarf, we find out, is actually a dirty cop, and he kills Chico, and he stuffs him in the back of his squad car, and then he drives over.
We all saw that coming when he was taking off his tie, and then he turned his back to say a little speech, and he got strangled in mid-speech. You know?
Yeah, it's like, who didn't see that coming? I mean, Chico's not only, you would think Chico would be more street smart than that, you know, but this.
In this dark alley, we're gonna talk. You know.
Yeah, don't worry about the station. Let's just go to this dark alley. I'm gonna get you some food, and then we'll just talk. And then this is also the episode where Scarf tells Cottonmouth that Luke Cage is the one that's hitting all your stash houses. And the look on his face is like, you mean the dishwasher? You mean the dishwasher guy's doing all this?
Yeah.
I don't know. And he's just like really, really pissed, which I think kind of leads to
the rocket launcher.
Yeah. I was assuming because he had his address that maybe they were just gonna go in there with 5
Exactly.
guys
That's what I thought too.
and just beat him up.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gonna go rocket launcher.
So we're gonna get this episode.
I'm gonna give this episode 8 out of 10 just because I didn't see the rocket launcher coming, and it was kind of cool because when the rocket launcher went, it wasn't one of those where I can just kind of jump out of the way. It was a lot of damage.
No.
You know?
He had to save the landlord too.
Right, he had to save Connie.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, because Connie's always on his ass. I don't know why he's so nice
But
to
they
him.
had a moment right in the there beforehand.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's funny. He's like, here, take this money.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the rocket launcher, now all the money's gone.
He's like, "Sweet Christmas," or I think he said, or whatever.
Yes, that's his line. Sweet Christmas. He says it like, I think he said it once so far.
So I thought that this episode could have used a little bit more action, although I did like the end with the rocket launcher.
Yes.
You know, so because of that, I'm gonna say 7.5 this time out of 10. But it was still a good episode, but just a little more action, just a little more.
A little bit more action.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all the time that we have for today.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, and if you liked this review for episode 3, we're going to leave a link for episode 1 and also episode 2, and also a link for episode 4 that you guys can check out. All right, we'll see you next time.